Revenge Films.
My name is Richard. I'm just a regular office worker who lives on my own close to my parents' house. I chose to live closer to my parents because I was worried about my mom, who lived alone in the house as my dad passed away at an early age. But she seemed to be doing all right after she succeeded in her investment. I have a brother who's 2 years older, and he got married about 3 years ago. Sarah, James, and I got along pretty well, as Sarah and I knew each other from school. One day, all 3 of us got called by Mom, so we went to the house together. We were talking on the way. Maybe she got lonely since we haven't been able to see her lately. When we arrived and went inside the living room, there was a middle-aged man none of us recognized. As we tried to figure out what's going on, my mom suddenly said,
"I decided to get married with him."
All of us were in shock. We wanted to ask about this man, but thought it would be rude to do so in front of him. So we left the house after having a casual conversation. I didn't particularly deny her second marriage because I think she should do what she wants to do. It is her life after all. However, something about that man was bothering me. James and I suspected that the man was trying to get married to Mom for her money, but we didn't know what to do because she seemed to have made up her mind already. A few days later, we went home to talk to Mom.
What's up with you two?
We just wanted to get to know your boyfriend a bit more. What does he do for a living?
He's unemployed at the moment.
Unemployed?
Yeah, he quit the job recently, but I said he can take his time to find another job as I have money I earned by investing.
How old is he now?
58 years old.
Isn't it a bit difficult to find another job at that age?
I can provide for him, so it's okay even if he can't find one.
Hey, Mom, isn't he just after your money? You should probably reconsider this marriage.
So rude. Oh, he doesn't do such a thing.
The family fortune includes not only the money from your investments, but also our dad's inheritance. I wish you had talked about him and the marriage to us before you made the decision all by yourself.
It's so lonely to spend my retirement all by myself. Are you saying I shouldn't be happy?
That's not what I meant! Hey, calm down. That day, James and Mom ended up fighting, and we eventually left the house without any conclusion. The next day, I got worried about Mom and went to see her after work. When I opened the door, her favorite pair of shoes wasn't there. Instead, there was a pair of shoes I somehow recognized and a pair of male shoes. When I went inside, I saw Sarah and Mom's boyfriend in the living room. Sarah? Huh? Where's Mom?
She's not here. Anyways, I'll get going.
As she said that, she pulled my shirt at an angle that Mom's boyfriend wouldn't see, as if she wanted me to come outside with her. When I turned around, Mom's boyfriend was staring at Sarah, smirking. That gave me shivers. We went outside, and she started to explain that she only came to give my mom a souvenir from a trip she had taken. Since Mom wasn't there, Sarah told Mom's boyfriend that she'd come back later, but he forced her to stay. I had a bad feeling about it, so I asked her not to come around the house on her own anymore. Then I went back to my place. A few days after that day, I got a phone call from James. I could sense a lack of the usual cheerfulness in James's voice over the phone, replaced by a hint of anxiety. What's wrong, James? Well, I can't reach Sarah. She said Mom asked her to come around, but I haven't heard from her since, and I'm worried about her, especially because she told me about the day Mom's boyfriend creeped her out. Sorry for asking you this, but can you go see if everything's okay? Sure, I'll go now. I remembered that man looking at Sarah, smirking when we were there last time, and couldn't stay put any longer. I rushed to my parents' house. When I got there, there was no car, and the house lights were all off. No one seemed to be home, but I decided to check inside just in case. When I opened the door, I heard Sarah's scream from the bedroom. "Oh no, Sarah!" When I hurriedly opened the bedroom door, Mom's boyfriend was about to assault Sarah.
Richard, help!
"What the hell are you doing? Get off, you creep!" I forcefully shoved him aside. "Ow, what is wrong with you? What were you thinking of doing to Sarah? Say what in the hell you were doing! God damn it, it's none of your business!" We ended up in a tussle, and he took the heat and punched me. Watching the fight, Sarah called the police, but before they arrived, I got hit so many times that I was bleeding from my mouth. I was a good kid growing up and had never been in a fight. I wanted to protect Sarah, but was so close to blacking out. Thankfully, the police arrived and took him in, and I was taken to the hospital. Later, he was arrested for inflicting injury on me. While I was being treated for my injuries, James, who had returned from a business trip in a hurry, came in. When we went to the house on the way back from the hospital, Mom was panicking, seeing the blood in the bedroom.
Hey, what is this? What happened?
"That's my line! Why did you ask Sarah to come around?"
Because my boyfriend asked me. He wanted to talk to Sarah alone.
"Because of what you did, Sarah was about to get sexually assaulted by your boyfriend! Do you understand?"
What? Really?
Mom was still saying she didn't think such a thing would happen, but James was so mad about Sarah having to experience that traumatic outcome that he left the house and cut ties with Mom. Luckily, Sarah didn't get hurt physically, but it doesn't change the fact that she was terrified and traumatized because of what happened. So James decided to claim compensation against Mom's boyfriend. After the incident, Mom finally realized what kind of person her boyfriend was, decided not to marry him, and kicked him out of the house. She asked me to help her get James's trust back multiple times, but that did not happen, as he rejected each time. Meanwhile, Mom's boyfriend was angry with her after she called off the engagement because it meant he wouldn't have any money. Knowing that, I got worried about her safety, so I started to come around the house more often than I used to. And one day, when I came around, that man was there breaking into the house, yelling and threatening my mother. "Hey, you! Why are you here? Not you again!"
Help me, Richard. He's threatening me to get back together.
Mom was shaking in fear, and I thought I had to fight him to protect her. But I soon called the police, remembering how I was beaten up last time. He was taken into police custody, and we never saw him again after that. The frightening experience seems to have taught Mom a lesson, and she has since decided to live alone in her retirement without remarrying. After she kicked her boyfriend out, he had nowhere to live, and no one knew what happened to him after he got out of jail. However, a few months after his second arrest, we found out he got arrested again for theft. Apparently, he sexually assaulted a younger woman in the past, and it appeared that this time resulted in him being sent to jail, due in part to the fact that he had an additional offense. He never seemed to be wealthy, but his arrest made it difficult for him to rebuild his life or even lead a normal life. After all that, James and Sarah are doing well without any particular effect from the incident, whereas Mom has become completely cautious and lives her life at her own pace while continuing her investments. Although the incident has made me less trusting of Mom, I really wish she would not be fooled again and could rebuild the relationship with James and Sarah in the future.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.